Chrisean Rock has officially had enough, and what just went down has fans in absolute shock. After weeks of tension, shady moves and whispers behind the scenes, Chrisean finally snapped and came crashing down on Jaidyn in a way no one expected. This wasn't just a heated argument. This was personal, explosive, and downright messy, according to insiders. Jaidyn thought he could play games, stirring drama and messing up the things that Chrisean had been building for herself. But what he didn't count on was Chrisean pulling up with raw energy, fearless rage, and receipts that would tear the situation wide open. And let's be clear, this isn't just some petty feud. What went down has massive consequences, not only for Chrisean and Jaidyn, but for the entire circle surrounding them. Social media has already erupted, with fans divided between calling Chrisean too real for exposing him, or saying she finally went too far. But the truth is darker, deeper, and far more twisted than anyone realized. Because the real question isn't why Chrisean came for Jaidyn, it's what shocking secret she uncovered that pushed her over the edge. And trust me, once you hear it, you'll never look at either of them the same again. What you're about to hear isn't just another random fight between reality TV stars. This is the culmination of months, even years, of tension, betrayal, and unfinished business. To really understand why Chrisean Rock came crashing down on Jaidyn, we have to rewind and look at the messy trail that led them both here. Chrisean Rock has never been the type to bite her tongue. From the moment she stepped into the spotlight, she built a reputation for being raw, unfiltered, and willing to go head-to-head with anyone who crossed her. Whether it was clashing with her own family members, going viral for chaotic fights, or standing her ground in public arguments, Chrisean has always been unapologetically herself. Fans either loved her or hated her, but no one could ignore her. Then there's Jaidyn, the strategist, the one who always lurks in the shadows, pulling strings, watching the drama play out while pretending his hands are clean. For the longest time, Jaidyn had been positioned as someone close enough to the fire to feel its heat, but never quite caught in the blaze. He played the cool head, but behind closed doors. Insiders whispered he was a master manipulator. So when the rumor mill started buzzing that Jaidyn had messed up the things, people knew exactly what that meant. He didn't just make a mistake, he crossed a line. A line that had Chrisean's name written all over it. To make it worse, there's a long history of friction between them. The back and forth sneak disses, the shady live streams, the cryptic Instagram captions. Fans had seen the smoke building for months. Every time Chrisean went live, people spammed the comments with Jaidyn's name, waiting for her to slip up and address him. And every time Jaidyn posted something smug or subtle, fans swore it was a dig at her. Their rivalry wasn't just about personal beef, it was about power. Both of them had their own circles, their own supporters, their own ways of claiming dominance. But Chrisean's raw energy and unpredictability always kept people guessing. Jaidyn, on the other hand, thrived off control. And when control slipped, that's when everything went left. According to one alleged insider, Jaidyn made a move that undermined Chrisean in a very public, very humiliating way. He thought it was a joke. He thought she wouldn't do anything, the source claimed. But if you know Chrisean, you know you don't play with her name, her image, or her family. And that's exactly why fans say this blow-up was inevitable. Chrisean's breaking point was always close, and Jaidyn's arrogance was always going to push her. Their social media receipts show Chrisean dropping hints weeks before this eruption. In one Instagram story, she wrote, "Y'all think y'all slick. Play with me if you want. I'ma show y'all how real gets handled." Fans now point to that post as a direct warning aimed at Jaidyn. Meanwhile, Jaidyn was busy fueling the fire. He liked shady comments about Chrisean, reposted memes that mocked her struggles, and even went live with thinly veiled shade about people who don't know how to handle their business. The fans weren't stupid. They knew exactly who he was talking about. This wasn't just gossip. It was a countdown to destruction. And the thing about Chrisean Rock, once she decides to confront you, there's no stopping her. The whispers, The tension, the unfinished fights, all of it exploded the moment Chrisean showed up and crashed Jaidyn. No cameras, no scripts, no rehearsed drama, just pure chaos. And the worst part? It wasn't just about bruised egos. According to multiple leaks, Jaidyn had been holding on to a secret so damaging that Chrisean was willing to risk everything to call him out face to face, which leads us right here to the breaking point. Because the next phase of this story isn't just a clash, it's an all-out war. The moment it happened, the internet nearly broke. Word spread like wildfire. Chrisean Rock didn't just call Jaidyn out on live, she pulled up in person. It all started late at night, when rumors began swirling that Jaidyn had been running his mouth at a private kickback. Several witnesses claim he was bragging about how he had messed up the things for Chrisean. What does that mean? Allegedly, Jaidyn interfered with a bag Chrisean was supposed to secure, whether it was a hosting gig, a brand deal, or even something related to Blueface. People still don't know for sure. But the whispers were enough to set Chrisean off. According to one insider, Chrisean was scrolling through her phone when a DM dropped with screenshots of Jaidyn clowning her in a group chat. The messages were brutal. She really thinks she's untouchable. I had to humble her. Messed her whole thing up. Now let's see her act tough when the truth comes out. That was it. That was the final straw. Minutes later, Chrisean went live. Her voice was shaking, her tone explosive. "Y'all got me messed up," she said, pacing in her living room with her phone in hand. "Don't play with me. Don't play with my son, and don't play with my life. Jaidyn, you better be ready because I'm coming." Fans flooded the chat with shock emojis, spamming what happened. She talking about Jaidyn? Oh, it's up now. Within an hour, Chrisean was on the move. Multiple people claim they saw her pull up to the very spot where Jaidyn was hanging out. And here's where it gets even crazier. Jaidyn was live too. On his stream, Ja looked cocky, sitting with his boys, laughing like nothing could touch him. That's when it happened. The door slammed open. The energy in the room flipped instantly. And before anyone could process it, Chrisean stormed in. The live chat went insane. Thousands of viewers screaming in real time. "Oh my God, she there? This is crazy. Y'all screen record this?" Chrisean's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. "So you think you can play with me? You think you can mess up my things and laugh about it?" Jaidyn tried to brush it off, smirking. "Man, you tripping? Nobody worried about you?" But Chrisean wasn't having it. She lunged forward, snatching the phone out of his hand and blasting his own words to the world. "Y'all see this? This clown out here bragging about trying to ruin me? You think I'ma stay quiet? Nah, I'ma show you what happens when you cross me." The stream cut for a moment. People swear the phone hit the floor, but audio kept rolling. Shouting, cursing, and the sound of pure chaos echoed through Dot by the time the live reconnected. The scene looked completely different. Chrisean was standing, chest heaving, eyes blazing, while Jaidyn sat back in shock, clearly rattled. For the first time, he didn't look like the one in control. And just when fans thought it couldn't get wilder, the first twist dropped, because Chrisean didn't just accuse Jaidyn of messing up her deals. She claimed he'd been secretly feeding information to her enemies. On live, Chrisean shouted, "Y'all don't even know the half. This dude been sending screenshots, leaking convos, and working with people who've been trying to set me up. That's what he call messing up the things. But it ain't just me he messing with, it's my whole family. My whole bag. My whole everything." The comment section exploded, leaking info. "Hey, who are you working with?" Deeper than we thought. Jaidyn, visibly sweating now, tried to deny it. "Man, she lying. Don't listen to her. She making stuff up." But the damage was done. Because right then, Chrisean dropped receipts. Pulling out her phone, she flashed what she claimed were DMs between Jaidyn and a known industry blogger who had been trashing her for months. In the screenshots, Jaidyn appeared to be laughing about her struggles, even sending private details about her behind-the-scenes issues. One message allegedly read, "Post that. let her drown. She don't deserve the spotlight. Another one? This'll ruin her image for good. The crowd went insane. Even Jaidyn's own boys looked uncomfortable, and fans online. They lost their minds. Hashtags like hashtag Chris, EANVs, JAIDYN, and hashtag She Got Receipts started, trending immediately. And here's the kicker. While everyone was still trying to process those DMAs, Chrisean hinted there was more. On live, she smirked through the anger, and if y'all think this is bad, wait till I drop the real proof. Think the whole world gonna see exactly who Jaidyn really is? The room fell silent. It's the live cut again. And fans were left screaming into the void because if Chrisean truly has more proof, more leaks, more dirt, then this wasn't just a fight. This was the beginning of an out-out takedown. And if that's true, then Jaidyn has no idea what's coming for him next. The fallout from Chrisean's explosive confrontation didn't just stay in that room, it detonated across the entire internet within minutes. The clip of her storming into Jaidyn's live spread like wildfire, racking up hundreds of thousands of views before the stream even ended. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were in complete meltdown. One fan posted, "This ain't a regular fight. This is history. Chrisean just bodied Jaidyn live." Another, "She really came with receipts. Jaidyn better log off forever." But here's the thing, nobody was ready for what came next. Because as bad as those DMS looked, they weren't the end of it. Only hours later, a mysterious Twitter account popped up, the handle @RockReceipts. At first, people thought it was just another fan page. But then it started posting screenshots, ones that went even deeper than what Chrisean had shown on live. The first post read, "Since Jaidyn wanna play, let's show the world who he really is." Attached were messages allegedly between Jaidyn and a major PR firm. In them, Jaidyn appeared to be bragging about sabotaging opportunities for Chrisean, supposedly offering dirt on her in exchange for clout and influence. The internet lost its collective mind. Fans flooded the comments. Wait, so he was actually selling her out? This is worse than we thought. Chrisean was right all along. And just when the drama seemed to reach its peak, another bombshell dropped. A leaked voice memo surfaced, and it was allegedly Jaidyn himself. In the clip, a voice that sounded eerily like his said, "If she keeps winning, I lose. Simple as that. I gotta shut her down before she takes over." That one line was enough to flip everything upside down. It wasn't just pettiness anymore. It sounded like strategy. Insiders immediately began whispering that this wasn't a random feud. It was calculated sabotage. And the wildest part? Sources claimed Jaidyn wasn't working alone. According to an anonymous insider, Jaidyn had been collaborating with people very close to Blueface, people who allegedly didn't want Chrisean shining too bright on her own. The blog pages couldn't keep up. Did Jaidyn team up with Blueface's crew to sabotage Chrisean? Insider claims Jaidyn wasn't acting alone. Leaked audio proves strategy to shut her down. Meanwhile, social media split right down the middle. Half of the fans were chanting for Chrisean, calling her brave for exposing Jaidyn. The other half questioned whether the leaks were. Even Real.one viral tweet read, "This all feels too perfect. Who really running at Rock Receipts? Is it even Chrisean?" And here's where the shocking reveal comes in. Because late that night, @Rock Receipts dropped one final post that sent the internet spiraling into chaos. The tweet said, "Y'all want to know who gave me the files? Y'all want to know who been sending me everything about Jaidyn? It wasn't Chrisean. It was somebody from HIS own circle." Fans were stunned. The receipts weren't coming from Chrisean herself. They were being fed by someone close to Jaidyn, someone who wanted him exposed. Speculation exploded instantly. Was it a bitter ex? A jealous friend? Or worse, one of the very people who was laughing with him on live before Chrisean walked in? TikTok theories went wild. One creator with 500,000 followers uploaded a breakdown pointing to a suspicious friend who conveniently disappeared from Jaidyn's side after the live. Another claimed it was a family member who'd had enough of his behavior. And then came the biggest twist of all. The mysterious account posted a blurred-out screenshot of a Cash App transaction. The caption, "He wasn't just messing up her bag, he was getting paid to do it." The internet completely collapsed under the weight of that revelation. Suddenly, this wasn't just messy drama between two people. It was a conspiracy, a betrayal, a full-on setup. The hashtags #Jaidyn setup and #paid to sabotage trended worldwide, and fans begged for answers. Who was paying Jaidyn? Why would he risk it all? And what else is hiding behind this deal? Chrisean went quiet after the leaks, which only fueled the fire more. People were convinced she was holding back, letting the internet do the dirty work before she dropped the final hammer. And Jaidyn, his silence was deafening. Didn't post, didn't go live, didn't deny a thing. Which, in the world of social media, is the same as admitting guilt. But here's the catch. Just as the storm reached its loudest point, another insider claim hit the blogs, and it changed everything again. This wasn't just about Chrisean and Jaidyn. This was about an entire network of people in the industry trying to block her rise. And if that's true, Jaidyn might just be the smallest piece of a much bigger puzzle. If you thought the leaks and the mysterious @RockReceipts account were shocking, it's the way the public and industry reacted made it 10 times crazier. Within hours, this feud wasn't just trending, it was dominating every feed, every blog. Every Shade Room post, Twitter X meltdown hashtags like #JAIDYN exposed, #Chrisean was right, and #sabotage scandal shot into the worldwide trending list. Fans were in a frenzy, dissecting every second of Chrisean's live and cross-referencing the leaks. One viral thread read, "Let's break this down. Jaidyn got paid. Ack. He bragged about sabotaging. He's caught on audio, and now his OWN circle leaking receipts. How do you come back from this?" Replies poured in. Chrisean been the realest since day one. Y'all kept doubting her. This ain't just messy, this is criminal. Somebody in Jaidyn's camp snitched, and I'm here for it. But, of course, not everyone was Team Chrisean. Detractors chimed in. Y'all too quick to believe leaks. Screenshots can be faked. Where's the proof? Why Chrisean always the victim? Maybe she staged this whole thing. Back and forth. Only kept the drama alive. The more people argued, the higher the numbers climbed celebrity reaction. Even merch started popping up, bootleg t-shirts reading Rock Nation versus Team Jaidyn. The scandal wasn't just gossip anymore. It was becoming a movement. The industry's fear, but behind the public noise, whispers in the industry grew louder. PR insiders warned this situation could spiral into lawsuits. One anonymous exec told a blog if money really exchanged hands to sabotage an artist. That's not just messy, that's fraud, that's defamation. Careers could end over this. Rumors spread that labels were quietly distancing themselves from Jaidyn, while others were secretly offering support to Chrisean, sensing she could come out stronger than ever. And yet, the silence from some major names was deafening. Artists who usually had something to say about everything suddenly went quiet, which only raised one chilling question. Were they quiet because they didn't want to get involved? Or because they were involved themselves? The tension reached a boiling point when @RockReceipts teased another drop with just one cryptic post. Y'all think this is over? We ain't even touched the biggest name yet. That single tweet lit the internet on fire. Everyone started speculating if Jaidyn wasn't acting alone. Who else was in on it? And why was a bigger name being protected all this time? The public was hooked. The industry was on edge. And Chrisean's silence was deafening, powerful, and terrifying all at once. Just when everyone thought the scandal couldn't get any darker. The final twist dropped, and it shook the entire situation to the core. Remember the anonymous account at Rock Receipts that had been leaking screenshots and voice notes? Well, they didn't just drop one more receipt, they dropped a bombshell video, the clip. Grainy but clear enough to recognize voices, allegedly showed Jaidyn in a private conversation with a well-known industry manager. In the video, Jaidyn is overheard saying, "Yeah, I'll make sure she don't get that slot. But y'all better come through with my cut. I'm not risking all this for nothing." And then the manager's voice responds, calm, almost sinister. "Don't worry, she's not supposed to shine. That spot ain't for her." The second that clip hit Twitter, chaos exploded. Fans replayed it hundreds of times, analyzing every syllable, every pause, trying to confirm the voices. Some swore it was undeniable. Others claimed it was edited. But the fact was clear. If real, this meant Chrisean wasn't just betrayed by Jaidyn, she was being targeted by the industry itself. Chrisean broke her silence shortly after, posting a chilling message to her Instagram story. "Y'all think I'm scared? Nah, I'm just getting started." No explanation. No direct mention of Jaidyn, just pure warning. And that was enough to ignite the fire even higher. Insiders whispered that Chrisean was preparing to sue, not just Jaidyn, but the people behind him. Others said she was plotting a full-blown tell-all that would name every single person who tried to sabotage her. But here's where it got even wilder. Some fans believe they decoded next clues in that Rock Receipts timeline that suggested a major label CEO might be the one funding the sabotage. The speculation got so intense that even executives had to issue denials. Though the silence from certain camps only fueled suspicion. And the cliffhanger. Late last night, at Rock Receipts posted, "One last cryptic message. Tonight was just Act 1. Wait until y'all see who's really pulling the strings." That single sentence turned the feud from a messy betrayal into what fans are now calling the biggest industry conspiracy of 2025. Which leaves us with a chilling question. If Jaidyn was just the pawn, who's the mastermind? And more importantly, how far will they go to make sure Chrisean Rock never rises to the level they're afraid of? Because one thing's for certain, this drama is far from over. And there you have it. Fam, the drama nobody saw coming, and yet somehow it feels like we should have known it was inevitable. Chrisean Rock didn't just call Jaidyn out, she crashed his entire world and left us with more questions than answers. But now the story has spun into something bigger, darker, and more dangerous than just two people beefing. It's about an entire system that might be plotting in the shadows. But here's the real question. What do you think? Do you believe Jaidyn really sold Chrisean out for clout and cash? Or do you think he's just being set up as the fall guy while the real puppet masters hide behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this debate is about to take over everywhere. And your voice needs to be heard. And don't get it twisted, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. With that Rock Receipts hinting at more evidence, and Chrisean herself promising that she's just getting started, we could be on the verge of one of the biggest exposes in music history. Imagine if the names behind this conspiracy are revealed. Imagine if the entire industry is forced into the spotlight. So hit that like button if you want to see the next chapter unfold. Subscribe so you never miss a single shocking update, and turn on those notifications because the second the next piece of evidence drops, we'll be right here breaking it down with all the raw, unfiltered truth you need. Trust me. The next episode is going to make this one look like child's play. Stay locked in. The war has only just begun.